Hello, this is Breakfast with Natasha Kaplinsky and Mishal Husain.
Calls for an overhaul to the honours system. Knighthoods could be scrapped along with all mention of the British Empire.
That's our main story on Breakfast today, Tuesday, July the 13th.
Hello, very good morning to you. Thank you for being with us this morning. Also on today's programme, the Chancellor delivers another spending spree for public services, but 100,000 civil servants will lose their jobs to pay for it.
Man's new best friend, the reptiles, replacing dogs and cats as the nation's favourite pets.
And promoting park life. We're live in Eltham to find out what can be done to bring Britain's open spaces up to the standards of the best parks in the world.
But first, our main story this morning. Hundreds of years of British tradition could come to an end if the government acts on recommendations of MPs looking into the honours system.
They're likely to propose scrapping knighthoods and damehoods and titles which... Now, it is 18 minutes past 8 and coming up on the programme a little later, why schools get an A in domestic science but an F when it comes to their own canteens.
You'd feel $1 million in that dress, wouldn't you? Well, nearly 10 million, in fact. We're going to be talking to the designers behind the diamond-encrusted couture that Samantha Mumba was wearing last night. And are we looking after our green lungs? Mike Sargent tells us about British park life.
Yes, Britain's parks have been starved of investment for decades. So how do you take a rundown public place and turn it into an urban oasis like this one? We'll be finding out the lessons we can learn from the loveliest parks in the world.
Well, the sun seems to be shining on Mike Sargent there. What about the rest of the country? And I think Helen's got some reasonably good news for us. Good morning.
Yes, I have. Good morning, Natasha. Some really optimistic news for today. Absolutely lovely for taking a stroll in any parks today. In fact, just taking a stroll generally.
Right now, let's move on. It's 8:27 coming up. I'm actually completely terrified about this story. Anyway, I'm going to try and be brave. Man's best friend is his snake, apparently. How reptiles are taking over the home. Apparently they're becoming more popular than dogs, isn't that
won't be appearing in your home, will they?
No, they will
Definitely not.
I'm anxious. There's a boa constrictor coming to the studio.
A little bit later, but before that we join our news teams across the UK. Hello, this is Breakfast. Coming up in the next half hour. We're marking the Chancellor's maths homework this morning. In 5 minutes, we ask if he can get the savings he wants from public services.
Yes, that to come now, though, at 8:31. And there's also a boa constrictor coming to the studio, which is just a small matter that's slightly worrying me, but there you go. 8:31, Moira has all the main stories this morning for us now.
Thank you. Morning to you. Radical changes to the honours system are likely to be suggested by MPs today. The Public Administration Committee is expected to recommend the ending of knighthoods and titles which refer... Here's the main stories. Back to Natasha and Mishal.
Thanks, Moira. Now here's a taste of what's coming up later in the programme. And have you got a lounge lizard? Apparently reptiles are fast becoming Britain's most popular pets, at least for some. So what's the great attraction? Could you snuggle up to a snake? We don't think we could.
Yeah, we're going to be tested as well in about a few. I'm terrified. Anyway, from super pets to superheroes, as Spider-Man weaves his way back onto the big screen, we've been talking to the stars of the new film that premiered in the West End last night.
And dressing up for last night's premiere, Samantha Mumba was dripping with diamonds as she arrived in the world's most expensive dress. We'll be talking to the designer.
Before all that, it's sports time with Rob. Good morning.
Thanks, Natasha. Good morning. A big day for British athletics today. It's 11 o'clock this morning for the announcement of Great Britain's track and field team for the Athens Olympics. UK Athletics Performance Director Max Jones is putting a brave face.
Rain pushing its way across central parts of the UK, but all of us, I think, at risk from some tomorrow. Back to you two.
Thank you, Helen. It's a snake-free zone here on Breakfast tomorrow. Much to my relief. Thank you for your company today.
Natasha will be back with John Staple tomorrow. I'm back again on Friday. Thanks for watching this morning.
Yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.